All right. Hey, everybody. The schedule got all messed up today. Donald Trump was actually scheduled to speak 30 minutes ago, and 50 minutes ago, he was still in Washington, D.C. So a lot of what's going on not making any sense. But it looks like Donald Trump's plane is now approaching his first stop in Ohio, actually scheduled for two events today. I believe one just outside of Dayton, and then going up in what was scheduled to be 90 minutes from now for a rally somewhere north. I forget exactly where, but I am not going to be covering that one. I am only going to be covering this one, and I have fresh memes for people and a lot of things as we are getting back into it from the vacation. Many people very anxious for us to get back from vacation. As I mentioned on, I think it was Saturday, we did only receive about 40 emails from people saying, where's the show? Where's the podcast? Where are the episodes? Where are the clips? Is the show over? What's going on? And we are here, and we are back, but we were just on vacation. Okay. Let's see here. What do we have going on? Chakaseki already came in very strongly with a super chat saying, when Trumpkins fervently chant, fill that seat, are they begging their God Emperor to soil his diaper in a public forum? Exactly right. Exactly right. That's exactly what they're doing. And thanks to Chakaseki for that first super chat. And this is actually a great opportunity to get your super chats up on the screen. For whatever reason, because of the way I have it configured, during the first couple of super chats, they don't show up on screen, but you can just kind of see you can almost see the edge of one. That's Dust Knight, who signed up on YouTube. Feel free to send in your super chat. Just going to give an opportunity for a few more people to get connected before I show you some of my fresh memes that I have. I don't think we're going to have the plasma song right now. People already demanding very angrily the plasma song, but we're not going to do that right now. What do we have coming up this week? We actually have a lot of very interesting things. First of all, major announcement for the David Pakman Show. Anthony Destiny Scaramucci II is going to be joining me in a couple of weeks. No, Anthony Scaramucci, Donald Trump's former White House communications director. He is going to be joining me in a couple of weeks. I think it's going to be very interesting. This week, we have three fantastic guests. We are going to have tomorrow on the program Thomas Frank, the great Thomas Frank. Google him. If you're not familiar with him, Don't Think of an Elephant, one of his seminal works. Jesse Lee Peterson will be joining me on Wednesday on the podcast. And Will Sommer, who is one of the top catalogers of right-wing propaganda, is going to be joining me on Thursday. So it is going to be an amazing week. Hein says, I think we should call these rallies Trump-Rona rally. Not an altogether bad name for it. I don't think that that's out of sorts. I don't think it's out of line to any degree. I think that makes sense. I also am going to be on Jesse Lee Peterson's program in a couple of weeks. We are still negotiating the terms of that. Amy Gray says, the only thing I will miss when Trump is no longer in office is the plasma song. Oh, don't worry, Amy. We've got the plasma song. Trump can be gone. We'll still be playing the plasma song. Jonathan Williams says, do you think Biden will recruit Saul Goodman to help save Trump from stopping counting votes? Viewer from Wilmington, Delaware. Thanks for great coverage. Yes, Trump seems like exactly the type of guy that would hire Saul Goodman. Very, very well said. I think you are spot on, completely spot on. We're waiting for Donald Trump. It looked like his plane was getting very, very close. He may already have landed even. Let me see if I can find, maybe we have some other channel with a different view, and we can see. It looked like Trump was very close. What other streams do I have? I'm not so sure, actually. Let's see what else. Now, everybody seems to have more or less this view. I think we'll see Trump's plane coming around the corner very, very soon. Breezy has just subscribed with Twitch Prime and says, looking forward to these interviews. P.S. Play the joke theme song. This is the Pacman Show. It's my favorite show. Oh, I'm not sure if I have those theme songs readily accessible. Where would they be? I have a whole folder of stuff, but I'm not actually sure. Let's see. Wouldn't be under YouTube Live. I do have some memes. Yeah, I'd have to look around for it a little bit. Actually, let me check one other place. You would think memes and funny pictures, but there's nothing in there. Remixes. Okay, let's see. I'll pick a random one for you. Here's one of the David Pacman Show alternate theme songs. Very dark.
David Pacman Show, it's my favorite show. You do more good than you know. The David Pacman Show. David Pacman Show, it's my favorite show.
Right.
You do more good than you know. The David Pacman Show.
Anyway, so that's one of them. We have others. I also have video of another dog that likes the show. Let me see if I can get this going for you. Here is, this is Dan's dog. Let me see how I can do this. Hold on, let me switch my shot. Whoop, no, this is a dog. This is a different dog.
Yeah, some of you guys there was a call last week where a viewer called in and said they didn't like what Stephen Mnuchin was doing. Of course, as you know, it's Mnuchin. It was a really great call. Chakaseki says today's press conference was a tragic...
Look at that. I'm reading a Chakaseki super chat, and the dog is skeptical about it.
...implosion. Blaming Woodward for not going public with coronavirus lies is insane. Orange Juicellini marches on. Yes, and we are waiting, I guess, for the plane to turn around at the edge of the runway. Must be close to entering our shot here as the phones are being held.
That dog is locked in, not at all like my dad's dog. No ADHD there. So that's exciting. And then what else do I have? I have a couple other memes in terms of fresh memes. Let me show you just a couple other ones here. A lot of vacation related mimetic content, actually. This is so David Pacman Show returns from vacation. So this gentleman is happy. You can tell that in this first image, they're not happy. In the second image, they are happy. So that's one. So we've got that. And then here's another one. How I feel Monday at 3 when the guys have been on vacation for the last week. So there it is. Though I'm out of memery. Otherwise, that's all I've got right now. Okay, Donald Trump arriving here. So we'll have more memes forthcoming, I'm sure. You can submit those using the contact form at davidpacman.com. A few other thank yous. RJF has subscribed at Tier 1. Malkabti has subscribed with Rhyme. And B Black has subscribed with Prime. Appreciate that. Also, a big thank you to Stephen Garman. Stephen Garman is new member number 1 today at joinpacman.com. Remember that the number one way to support this program and the number one way to get on my good side is to grab a membership at joinpacman.com. Okay, other super chats coming in. Oh, by the way, 8 days from today, September 29th, is debate number 1 between Joseph R. Biden Jr. and Donald J. Trump. We will be live on all platforms, and I'm hoping it will be our biggest stream ever. So please make a note in your calendar. Who has a calendar these days? No, but in all seriousness, we are trying. I hope to get to 50,000 live concurrent viewers from the standpoint of platforms on Tuesday, the 29th. We're going to have a big stream. Phone lines will open, I would even say. So certainly, I hope to see you next Tuesday. Okay, other super chats coming in. Let's see here. Joey Ruggiero says DOJ labels New York, Portland, and Seattle anarchist jurisdictions. How does this play out? I don't know if it has any meaning, to be perfectly frank. So we're going to follow that get a legal opinion. Dire Dragon has subscribed with Prime, and Sup DNS has also subscribed with Prime. Chakaseki says Trump is constantly late because Air Force One is so weighed down with millions and millions of television sets, most of them in the closet. Well said. Astro Lycos says David Destiny was departnered because he basically said looters deserve to be killed in the street. Maybe you could disabuse him of that idea. I've already had 2 conversations with Stephen, Kenneth, Destiny, Benell, the second about it. I don't know that there's much of an appetite for more. Thanks to Kaladin for subscribing for 13 months with Twitch Prime. I appreciate that. Very much so. Sergeant Leska says, can't wait to see you on Jesse Lee Peterson's show, David. His perspective is amazing. C says, what is our plan if the Supreme Court gives the election to Trump when Biden clearly won? I don't know what the plan is. We need to figure out what the plan is. Jeremy Landry says, do you think the White House kitchen staff feels underused by making Trump burn steaks and mimicking Wendy's burgers all the time? Yeah, I'm sure the White House chefs are like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? That's Ghastly says, how did your last stream suddenly end, David? Lost internet connection. For whatever reason, since I got back from my vacation, my internet was floppy, for lack of a better term. And I did a full reboot. I think we're good. It's feeling really good right now. It's feeling like the connection is very strong right now. Thanks to Edward Rangel, who is new member number 2 today at joinpacman.com. I very much appreciate that. We do have a level 3 hype train in progress over on Twitch. The YouTube and Facebook viewers will often email me and say, David, what the hell is a hype train? It's a Twitch thing. It's an opportunity to earn additional emotes over a short period of time, as the president likes to say. But we do have a level 3 hype train going right now as we stand by for Donald Trump just outside of Dayton, Ohio. Copper has subscribed with the message, love the content. Let's keep up the momentum and have a landslide victory in November. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, people calling for one more. One more. Whoa, Boy Meets Mini gifting 5 subscriptions. I appreciate that. People want one more remix. Let me do one more. I mean, I guess we'll just do the one that people like the most. This is it. Hold on. This is the popular one. This one won the contest.
The David Pakman Show. It's my favorite show. You do more good than you know. You do more good than you know.
People like
the
it.
David Pakman Show.
This is actually the rave song of the summer. At underground COVID parties, this is the song people are going crazy with glow sticks to.
It's my favorite show. The David Pakman Show.
Oh, wait, you know what's crazy? This is actually playing at Trump's rally. This is not off my computer.
The David Pakman Show.
Right. Anyway, okay, you can check out the contest where we had like 10 or 15 submissions, and we eventually narrowed it down to that one. That was the top track. All the kids raving to that one. All right. Thanks to Michael Brown, who's new member number 3 today at joinpacman.com as we wait for Donald Trump to exit his airplane. Timmy Lunsford wants me to say 2 nice things about Donald Trump. Okay, let me think. He seems to have contributed DNA towards the birth of at least some of his children accurately. Is that a thing? And man, I'm having trouble beyond that. I don't even know. What else can I say about Donald? I don't know. He seems to provide his children with the financial support they need, even if not emotional. Is that? I mean, I'm like trying here. I don't know. Okay, Michael Kearns sends a super chat. Richard says, David, did you notice at the North Carolina rally, almost no one wearing masks, and on cue when Trump started speaking, everybody behind him masked up? Yeah, it was optics propaganda, for sure. Never Trumper says, in what way will Dumpy try and stop counting of ballots the night of the election? Yeah, so the plan is they are going to try to use the courts. Trump admitted it. He says he needs the courts to help him win, and it will probably be by making obscure legal arguments that absentee ballot counting should stop at midnight on election day. That's my guess about how Donald Trump will try to utilize lawyers and courts to take the election. If I had to guess, that would be it. Thanks to KY Dizzle B for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Titan CR has subscribed with Prime. Donkey Show now at 12 months on Twitch. And Commodore Scott has subscribed with Prime as well. Inconsolable says, I'm living in an anarchist city and it's pretty great. Yeah, there's been a bunch of people making really funny posts on Twitter saying New York is out of control right now. And it's like a 10-second video of birds chirping and people biking by in mostly empty streets. It's something else. Chris Hyonis is new member number 4 today at joinpacman.com. Very much appreciate that. These are going to be, these were only scheduled to be, how long was this supposed? So let's look at the original schedule for today. Trump was scheduled to speak at 5 in Dayton, Ohio. I think technically it's outside of Dayton. And it was supposed to run for about an hour and 5 minutes. And then Donald Trump moving on to another event at 7. I don't know if they're keeping the rally at 7 and this is going to be a short event. I don't know what they're doing. I have a hard out at 6:30 regardless, because I have a few different elements going on tonight. So we will see what we get. I don't really know what to expect. Nicholas D. Pasquale says the sign says hire American, yet despite Donald's tie, makeup, and red hats, yet desperate Donald's tie, makeup, and red hats are made in China. Check out our fund if you have interest in investing in renewables. Investinhumans.co. All right, very good. We are potentially on the precipice of completing a level 5 hype train on Twitch. Corny Doggy has subscribed with Prime, and Black White Rook has subscribed with Prime, and we are almost there. We are almost there. Yes, if you missed my announcement earlier, I will be live streaming all 4 debates, the 3 presidential and the 1 vice presidential. The first one is 8 days from today, Tuesday, September 29. I don't know the time yet. Let's see, September 29 debate time. Let's see where it is. It's going to be in Cleveland, 9 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so the plan will probably be I will start streaming at about 8:40 next Tuesday. We'll do 20-minute pre-show. We'll have the 90-minute debate. And then if things go well, and I believe that they will, we are going to blow open the phone lines. It's going to be crazy. That's next Tuesday. And I do hope that you will join me. Okay. Megan Gaddis says, explain what packing the court is and is it doable? Packing the court is expanding the number of seats on the court. So typically on the Supreme Court, there are 9 justices and presidents only appoint new ones when someone retires or dies. You could pack the court by saying, well, we're going to add 2 seats, make it an 11-seat court. And the president that does that would appoint 2 new Supreme Court justices. Now, if Republicans control the Senate, it will be tough to do. Biden potentially could expand the court, but the Republican Senate could block the nominees. So it is complex. Let's take it one step at a time. Adam Bubb is new member number 5 today at joinpacman.com. I very much appreciate that. Joseph Vanscoy, our good friend Joseph, says, current medical student, my first reaction to Ginsburg's death was to look into finishing my training in Canada. Is that an overreaction? 4 more years of Trump is awful. An entire generation of SCOTUS dominated by his appointees is a disaster. I can't tell you whether it's an overreaction. What I can tell you is if Donald Trump does win another 4 years, I am going to be thinking very hard about my next 4 years and what is going to be going on. All right, as we are now just moments from hearing from Donald Trump, let me tell you, I need your help. I need your help fighting this type of malignancy. And the number one way we do it is through our membership program. That's our number one funding source. We have total control over it. It's not subject to the whims of an algorithm. So as we see the tangerine terror, the mango menace, Orange Mussolini, as some call him, consider grabbing a membership at joinpacman.com. 5 people have signed up so far. I would love it if we could get to 25. And this is really cheap, my friends. Really, really cheap. If you use that coupon code 2020 now, we're talking about $2 a month. If you pay for the entire year at once, it's like $1.83 a month. So it's not a lot of money. It is how we primarily fund operations at the show. And I would really appreciate it if you signed up. If you can't afford it, if you don't like me, if you don't think I deserve it, then don't do it. I'm not here to twist anybody's arm, but I am here to let you know we do have this mechanism called membership, and it allows us to fund the show. So thanks to Jay Torres, thanks to Ray Yaneabat, and Matthew Cohen, members 6, 7, and 8 today, as we are now just moments from Donald Trump getting going. Let's see what we've got in terms of music going. Yep, there it is. And very, very cool, cool soundtrack going on here. We are going to hear from Trump, maybe abbreviated. He is scheduled to speak at 7 p.m. Elsewhere, and I believe it's close to about an hour ride from here to Donald Trump's next stop. So if he's going to make it on time, he can really only speak 5 or 10 minutes. I expect him to go, I would guess, at least a half hour or something like that. Big thank you to John Welch. John is new member number 9 today at joinpacman.com. Let's see if I can squeeze in another super chat. Gagan Narula says, any chance Trump does a few lines before these speeches? Slurred speech can be a sign of cocaine use. I couldn't say, but I will certainly be asking Anthony Scaramucci about that. Here we go.
Well, thank you very much, Ohio. Thank you very much. Thank you. You know, this is really not a rally. You know this. This has to do with workers, programs, all the things we love, but this is really, we call it a friendly protest, okay? And you know what we're protesting? We're protesting stupidity, okay? Because so many stupid things you see here.
A lot of them going on.
But hello, I'll tell you what.
He's right. I mean, that crowd is it's stupid to have a crowd like that right now.
What did we win by? A lot. And your governor's here, and he just said you're winning by a lot more this time than last time, so that's good.
That's not
Thank
true.
you. Mike, thank you very much, Mike. But hello, Ohio, and thank you very much. I'm thrilled to be here in Dayton, the home of the Wright brothers. Whoa. I wonder what they would think when they see some of these F-35s and these crazy planes that we make nowadays that go thousands of miles an hour, right? I wonder.
Audio.
But I want to just thank the very hard-working patriots who are the backbone of America. You really are. You're the backbone of America. This is an amazing group of people. This is an amazing group. You know, I'm going to another very nice spot in Ohio where we do have a rally, but I can't imagine you have many more people than we have here, but they will, about 10 times more. Now, this is for us and our friends and workers. We want workers. 43 days from now, we are going to win this state. We're going to win 4 more years in the White House. Yeah, it's true. Thank you. Thank you.
Ooh, people getting banned hard on Twitch. That's brutal.
You know, you had your best year in the history of your state and the history of our country.
He says that to every state now.
Had it until the plague came in, And now we're building it up again rapidly. But you had the best year, and we're going to have next year will be the best year we've ever had, I believe.
We get rid of you for sure.
You'll see that in the third quarter.
Psychologically, anyway.
But we're here today to talk about jobs. We're talking about jobs, a very favorite subject of mine to know and to understand that the choice in November is going to be very simple. There's never been a time where there's such a difference.
Yeah.
One is probably communism. I don't know. They keep saying socialism. I think they've gone over that one. That one's passed already. Joe Biden spent the last 47 years shipping your jobs to China and foreign countries. You know that. And I've spent the last 4 years bringing the jobs back to our country and back to Ohio.
Very much untrue. I'm sure you all know that.
On November 3rd, Americans will decide whether we lift our nation to soaring new heights of prosperity, or whether we will allow a Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe, to shut down our economy, impose a $4 trillion, that's with a T, by the way, $4 trillion tax hike.
Thanks for the sub gifts, by the way, guys. Thank you.
Coal, oil, natural gas, and ship your jobs and factories and dreams overseas to China and countries that you've never even heard of. Put simply, if Biden wins, China wins. If we win, Ohio wins, and most important,
if Biden wins, the world wins.
America wins. Because you finally have a president who puts America first, and I do put America first. I guess that's why almost 4 years ago, that's why I did this, right? It's because of this, probably more than any other reason. I watched the jobs going out. I never saw anything so stupid in my life. I watched the worst trade deals, and we've reversed many of them, almost all of them now, but we've reversed them. And again, we're having the greatest year we've ever had, and it's going to be back very soon. You take a look at what's happening. We're joined today by a real good friend of mine, somebody that's been with me from the beginning, and I've been with him from the beginning, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine. Where's Mike? Where's Mike? What's that all?
The hell is
He's
wrong with
opening
this guy?
up. He's open. Where's Mike? Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. He's a good man. And Lieutenant Governor John Huston. Good guys, yeah.
What the
Thanks,
hell
John.
is going on?
Good job. Congressman Warren Davidson. You know Warren? Whoa. Warren, that's very impressive. These are real warriors. I'll tell you another.
You guys like the empty boxes behind him?
Huh? Hell of a lawyer. Thank you, Mike. Thanks for all the help, too. Both of you. Really appreciate it. And a man, you know, I don't know. I don't know if you know him. He should become legendary. Because when we didn't have a lot of support, I had a guy named Bob Paduchek. You know Bob? And he kept saying, every time I said, you know, we're not getting the kind of support from the top people, he said, that's okay, sir. You went up another 2 points. We won this state by a lot. Remember the fake news? Well, it's a lot of it back there, too. A lot of fake news. But they were going around, Mike. Hey, Mike, they were going around saying...
Guys, for people saying that I have the audio too loud so it's distorting, it's the source is distorted. I'll look for another source, but it's not on my end.
Here I heard, you cannot win unless you win the great state of Ohio. But they didn't say the great state. I say the great state. And I heard it for so long, it would be impossible. And then we won that night by, 9 points? What was it, Bob? 9 points. We won by a lot. In fact, it was the first indication that that was going to be a tough night.
See what goes on.
That was going to be a tough night for the Democrats. They say, ladies and gentlemen, not only did Trump win Ohio, he won by a hell of a lot more.
I think it's better, but this is as loud as it goes.
Right? And then we went on. Look at this, guys. I love these guys. Look at this group. Look at it. We're not going to mess. Nobody's messing with these guys.
All right.
You know, they're great workers, but we use them also for security. If anyone gets a little bit rough, you'll take care, right, fellas? Thank you very much. Thank you. But we won it big, and that was the beginning of one of the most exciting nights in history, because we did something in 2016 that was amazing. And I'll tell you, honestly, there is more enthusiasm now and this is fact. In fact, they have a new thing. First of all, you know we're working very hard on getting a third Supreme Court justice.
Yeah. Working hard.
I'm going to announce who that is. The only thing I'll say for the women, it will be a woman. Uh-oh. There are a lot of angry people. Okay, here's a question. Okay, it will be a woman. Does anybody here, please raise your hand if you have the courage. Is there anybody here that insists that it will be and should be a man?
Not
Is
this
there
again.
anybody with the courage? Please put up your hand right now. A lot of women here. So, okay, ready? Supreme Court Justice, most powerful, most important, just the most important. You know, when you become
And
president,
Trump's joking about it at a rally.
most important thing a president does is pick Supreme Court. And by the way, by the end of the first term, we will have 300 federal judges elected.
Horrifying. Horrifying.
So let's give me a free poll. We do this. I have such fun with it. We do it. Give me a free
Did he
poll.
say I have sex for with it?
Charge hundreds of thousands of dollars. They interview like 19 people, which mean nothing. Here we got a lot of people. So give me a free poll. Who would like to see a woman justice of the Supreme Court?
Did someone yell no?
Who would like to see a male justice of the Supreme Court? The only one I hear there is women. Some women.
Guys, we're going to be the first station to put an astronaut on Mars. Remember that.
Person, it will be. I have 5 that we're vetting right now. It'll be a brilliant person. It will be a woman. It will be a woman, and we're looking forward to it. And we'll probably announce it on Saturday, maybe Friday, but Saturday. And it's a big day for our country. It's a big day for you. It's a big day for Ohio. And so I think it'll be great. You know, I always love, I just said that, like, big day for Ohio, and I do it somewhat routinely. You ever notice where Biden goes out and he always picks the wrong location? Like if he's in Ohio, it's great to be in the same.
Great super chat here. I like this one. This is a good one. Very, very well said. It certainly applies.
He said, are we in Florida? No, you know, I did. He did that 7 times. How do you do that? When you do that, you just walk off the stage. It's over. There's nothing you can do. You can make the greatest remainder of the speech. There's nothing you can do to save it. But the people of Dayton know better than anyone the terrible damage that Biden has inflicted over his nearly 50 years, 47 years to be exact. Can you believe it? For 47 years, Joe Biden shook the hands of American workers and then stabbed them in the back. He sent Washington vultures, I mean, think of it, all over. And they raked in cash. They raked in big money. Where's the son? Where is he? Where's the son? I'll tell you, where is he? What did I say? Where is he? Go ahead. You know, we did that for fun. Where's Hunter? We did
It's
a
not
T-shirt.
fun. It's
that
stupid.
thing sold. We come up with these little gems. Where's Hunter? You know where he is? Yeah, he's in the basement with his father. He says, yeah, where's Hunter? Now, Hunter did very well. He had no job. He was thrown out of the military. He was thrown out. He had no job, and then he goes to Ukraine, and he gets $183,000 a month. Although he had no experience whatsoever, knew nothing about.
Sort of like Trump's kids.
You know, was energy. I think they got an upfront payment of $3 million just to be able to get him, and then think of that. Can you believe $183,000 a month and $3 million upfront payment? How about that? I'd take that one myself, you know? And then they go to China. He walks out with $1.5 billion to manage, which is millions of dollars
There's
a
this
year.
thing that's been happening at a lot of these rallies where Trump riffs about things that the audience doesn't understand. And sometimes the audience is so silent that when someone laughs, you hear one person laughing. I've got some clips on today's podcast about it. It's weird. First grade teachers are desperate to silence a crowd the way Trump is able to do. It's an amazing skill he has.
We have a debate coming up, and who knows? You know, look, he's been doing this. You know what? He's been doing it for 47 years. I've been doing it for 3.5 years, so he should be able to beat me, I would think. He's much more experienced. He's great. Oh, he's a beauty. But he betrayed you. He lied to you. He abused you, which is why it's time to retire Joe Biden. This is serious stuff. Serious stuff. Do we have any Teamsters here? Teamsters? Any Teamsters here? That's all? One? All right. Well, I did a big favor for the Teamsters. You know, they had a trucking company. I think 30,000 jobs going out. James Hoffa called up. Could you help? Could you help? Could you help? I helped. I kept that company going. They saved 30,000 jobs. But then every year they always endorse the Democrat. Doesn't matter good or bad. And James Hoffa, I'm so disappointed in that guy. So I called. I said, you know, I'd love to get their support. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. They've already endorsed Sleepy Joe Biden. It's like automatic. But you know who doesn't endorse him? All the workers underneath. And they'll either throw him out or he'll retire. He'll retire.
What?
You get tired of it.
Really resonating with the crowd, huh?
Of course, the Democrat, because the Democrats do whatever the hell they want. It's really, but the workers, the people underneath, the real people, they're with us all the way. I've hired thousands and thousands of Teamsters, all the concrete worker buildings in Manhattan.
Teamsters.
But they're just like wedded. It's almost like a habit. I consider it a habit. I think it's disgraceful. But I saved this company, a big company, good company, great people. We saved it. And then you say, unrelated, totally unrelated. Hey, we'd love to have, well, I'm sorry, it's already done. These people are terrible, but that's all right. You always have to remember things, though. Remember, you got to remember, right, workers? On November 3rd, we must turn the page forever on the failed, corrupt political class. That's
non
what it is.
sequiturs.
They get so much things that are so unfair to the rest of our country, and that's why they're always with that top level of Democrat, but the workers are with us. Biden is a die-hard globalist. You know, globalists are out. You know that, right? Globalists destroyed.
That's not code for Jews, is it, guys? No.
I really mean it. This country was going down, and we stopped it. If you look at your Second Amendment, if you look at so many different things, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
You look at our jobs prior to the plague and now coming back, you know, the housing is a record-setting. Car manufacturing.
What do you guys think it means that housing is record-setting? Is that home prices, new home sales, time on market is really low, new construction? What does it mean that housing is a record?
We closed it up. We saved millions of lives. We had no choice. We had to do that. And then we opened it, and now we're rocking. It's going good. It's really going good. But the Democrats really waged war on the American workers for half a century. Look what they've done. Biden's policies destroyed 60,000 factories and killed 4.5 million manufacturing jobs. We brought back.
That's laughably absurd. I mean, just laughably absurd.
Right? They said the magic wand, you can't do it. Manufacturing jobs are gone. I said, really? I don't think so. Biden championed the NAFTA disaster and China's entry into the World Trade Organization, which was a total catastrophe. That's when China started going up like a rocket. You know, they're considered in the World Trade, they're considered a developing nation. No, they're not a developing nation. By being a developing nation, they get all sorts of advantages over us. So we've been protesting it, and we do things that you wouldn't believe. You don't even want to hear about it because it's disgraceful.
Crowd's
China
really
is
loving
a
it, huh, guys?
developing nation, and therefore for years...
You might not be able to tell, but there's a crowd there.
...over the United States, but no more. What followed was the nothing short, and think of it, nothing short of a blue-collar carnage. And it was in Ohio and Pennsylvania and North Carolina, New Hampshire, Michigan. You know how many car plants we're bringing back to Michigan? Nobody's ever seen it. For 40 years, they didn't build a plant. And now they're building them all over. And I tell countries, I told a great gentleman, he just retired, Prime Minister Abe of Japan, I said, Shinzo, you got to build plants here. You can't do this. You're building your cars in Japan and sending them. We want our cars built here. We want cars built here. And he said, well, that's not up to me. That's up to the company. That's all right, Shinzo. I know you can
He keeps telling this story. When he was in Michigan, he said that all sorts of car plants went into Michigan. It's just not true.
People, it's up to Shinzo. It wasn't up to It wasn't up to anybody else, but he's great.
It's concocted out of thin air.
Never forget Biden's economic treachery. They will remember in November after Biden betrayed, and think of it, all the betrayals on NAFTA and China. 40% of all of the manufacturing jobs were shipped out of Dayton. Now, the good thing is your roads, you didn't have a lot of traffic, so that's the good news. Everything else was bad, right? It was everything else was bad. 30,000 Dayton families saw their jobs disappear overnight. By 2016, the per capita income in Dayton had fallen 12% below the national average of $50,000. Remember this. This all happened. I mean, these numbers are incredible, what's happened in 3 years. Ohio lost 1 in 3 manufacturing jobs, 2 out of 3 iron and steel mill jobs. And
the crowd is silent. It is uncanny how these crowds don't know what the hell. They'll clap for anything if you cue them in, but he just rants about nothing.
Far left. Now, just so you understand, he has no choice. It's not him. He's being pulled left. You see where Kamala, she's another great one.
Kamala again.
You see her poll numbers? Her poll numbers were going down, and nobody treated him worse than to Kamala, right? And she said the Harris administration and working with Joe Biden. Did you see that? But he said worse. He said the Harris, right? He said the Harris-Biden administration. And I heard that. I actually heard that live, although it's not real live, I'll tell you. It's sort of half gone. It's shot. It's shot. But
what
he
is
said
he
the
talking
Harris-Biden administration, and that's where it is. Look, this guy is shot. I mean, if he makes it, it's going to be, I'm going to come back to Dayton, I'm going to say, what the hell happened? I will have lost to the worst presidential candidate in the history of politics. I really believe that. The guy can't speak without the teleprompter, although I'm telling you.
Trump's using a prompter right now. You can see the prompter in the shot.
I hope you're right. Thank you. I hope you're right. I tell you, the country can't afford it. One thing I've learned is that President Xi of China, President Putin of Russia, Kim Jong-un, North Korea, every one of these leaders, they're not shot. And we can't have somebody that's sleepy. We can't have a sleepy guy negotiating for us.
More praise for dictators?
Would they like to see him, though? Did you see? Would they like to see Joe? It's their dream to see Joe. How about Iran? You think Iran might like to see Joe Biden? They'd go back, they'd say, give me another $150 billion. You know, we gave him $150 billion. We gave him $1.8 billion in cash. You know what that looks like, $1.8 billion in cash? And I'll tell you what, if and when we win, we will get a call with about 9 seconds after the victory. And it'll be Iran's going to want to make a deal.
Why hasn't he made that deal now? Why does Iran have to? He could have made a deal a year ago. Could have made a deal 2 years ago. Why? He's running as if he can't do anything until he gets reelected.
But I told people, I said, don't talk to them now. Look, they want to wait. This is the gift. If they could do that, if China could do it, I mean, think of it. If Russia could do it. By the way, nobody's been tougher on Russia than me.
No.
With the sanctions.
Of course.
With the, I exposed, right? Nord Stream 2, that's the pipeline. No, you never heard of Nord Stream until I came along. I said to Germany, let me get this straight. We defend Germany, right? We defend Germany, and that's it. They don't pay what they're supposed to pay. They're delinquent, you know, they're delinquent. So I said to Angela, and I like Angela, but I said, but she's smart. You know, why should she pay if she doesn't have to? So I said, Angela, so we defend you against Russia, and you pay billions of dollars to Russia. How does that work? Explain to me, what's that all about? But you never heard of.
Isn't this more of an attack on Germany than Russia? Like, isn't this being tough? What is he talking about?
In theory, I don't know if we'll ever get the money, you know. We sell them. But, you know, he gave pillows. Maybe he got them from Mike Lindell, the pillow man. You think when Obama sent pillows over to Ukraine, I send tank busters, they send pillows.
Ukraine?
The fake news goes, oh. Now, let me tell you, we have been very rough, but at the same time, we get along. I like Putin, he likes me. You know, we get along.
We know.
It's isn't it, wouldn't you say it's smart to get along, okay? Smart.
Finally, something the crowd can react to.
President Xi, but I don't know. After what happened here, I'm having a hard time with China. I really am. You know, they're buying a lot. The trade deal has been incredible. They have been living up to it, in all fairness. The largest order of corn in the history of our country, largest order of soybeans, largest cattle order. But
They ordered
it
cattle.
means less now. You understand, right? If we wouldn't have been hit with this pandemic, which they could have stopped, it would have meant a lot, but it just means a lot less to me right now. So now after selling you out and bleeding you dry, Biden is back asking for your vote.
Yeah, Trump's president.
He was in prime time, which for him was about halftime. A long time ago, I had a friend, a senator, a Democrat, believe it or not. I used to get along with Democrats very well. Actually, better than the Republicans, but I won't say that. But I asked him, who's your smartest senator? And he gave me a name. This is 25 years ago. I said, who's your dumbest senator? Joe. Who's Joe? Joe Biden. Oh. I said, he is really, yeah. He's the dumbest senator. Well, now he's a lot dumber than he used to be, I can tell you.
What a big criticism.
It's true.
Crowd realizing they should probably clap to move it along.
And you can take the gloves off because, you know, they do all this disinformation. They make up phony stuff. Like the military with what he said. I think it's a disgrace. And he should apologize. A source said. I have 27 people that said.
That's not Biden's story. Does he? Trump seems to think that Biden reported that. That's bizarre.
Gloves off, that's all. Really dishonest people. Dishonest people. No, it's a disgrace. And nobody's done for the military what I've done. You know, we've totally rebuilt our military.
Right.
We've made it stronger than ever. We have the greatest weapons in the world. We've gotten raises for our great warriors. Our vet just got a 91% approval rating, the highest in the history of the
What's VAR
VA. Our vets.
Oh, the VA, yeah.
They gave it a 91. The VA gave it a 91% approval rating. So nobody's done more. Nobody. And we do. We have weapons, the likes of which nobody's ever seen before. Hope to God we don't have to use them. But nobody has them. Not China, not Russia. Nobody has the weaponry that we have. We have the greatest.
Yeah, people with ADHD don't like the way that Trump just skips around topic to topic.
We have the, I call it the super duper missiles, like at a level that nobody's ever seen before. You don't see them either. They go through here, they say, boy, what happened? What was that? It's gone. It's here. There it is. I hear a noise over there. Where is it? It's gone. It's over there. But it's hydrosonic.
Trump, who 2 weeks ago was praised for criticizing the military-industrial complex, has spent the last 2 weeks bragging about all the weapons he's buying.
$2.5 trillion we spent. The greatest weapons in the world, the greatest weapons that this world has ever seen, without a question. I don't have to say what they are. In fact, the fake news said, he just gave away classified information. I said, no, I just said we have the greatest weapons. I didn't tell you what they are. I could because as president, I'm allowed to do it. I mean, you know, Hillary Clinton's the one that gives away classified information.
Ooh, sick burn, man. Lock her up, oh boy. What's with the smacking the lectern anyway?
John Bolton. I mean, he comes in. All he wants to do is go to war with everybody. If I listened to that idiot,
we'd be in World War
V.
V.
Right now in World War V.
There it is.
Sir, we saw some movement in China. I think we should go to war with them. And I think Russia, let's do them both at the same time. Let's also go in right now to North Korea. Hey, do you remember North Korea? We were supposed to be in war with North Korea. What happened? What happened? You know what the press said? They said it's amazing. First they said it was amazing, and those people lost their job probably. You know,
this is, people will hear this and be like, look, Trump's against the military-industrial complex. He's the guy who keeps us out of wars. He doesn't do all this stuff. He said, Bolton would have brought us to war. He just spent 10 minutes bragging about how he bought more weapons than any former president. It's outrageous. He'll say anything so you can just find something and say, hey, that sounded okay.
Planes, we'd hold everything. It was a depleted military. And now it's a
there
beautiful,
it is.
Brand new. We have F-35s that
there
you can't
it is.
see. Stealth. They're stealth.
This is what I'm talking about.
We have all new rockets, all new missiles. brand new planes, the bombers, the tankers, the jet fighters. What we've done is incredible. And we had to do it. Somebody had to do it. You know, somebody said, well, we're sort of doing some damage to our budget. I said, look, I want to have a strong military.
Yeah.
If I see
He wants the weapons so badly, he doesn't care what we do to the budget.
walking up or running up the White House lawn, the beautiful south lawn of the White House, I'm not going to be saying, you know, we didn't do too well with the military, but we kept it under control in the budget, right? Now, the military supersedes everything. I don't know. To me, I've always heard the Supreme Court, but to me, the most important thing has always been the military, our defense, and our offensive needed.
There it is.
It's always been the most.
It's like he doesn't even fully know how to be an authoritarian that he wants to be.
For your forgiveness, and he should be. Biden supported the disastrous Trans-Pacific Partnership. This building wouldn't be here if you ever did that one, which would have been a death sentence for the U.S. auto industry and other industries. He supported the horrendous Korea deal. Okay, how about the South Korea deal? It's a disaster. So that was a Hillary Clinton deal. I must
Say more
say.
about
Not
that,
him,
please.
although I guess he had it, his vice. Hey, you know what's interesting with Biden?
Yeah.
So he always says, why didn't the president do this? And why didn't the president do that? And why didn't do this and that and this and that?
Uh-oh.
The guy's been there for 47 years, but he just left like 3.5 years ago. You know, I mean, he was there.
Right, but the question is, why didn't Trump do certain things while Trump was president? That's the reason why you ask, why didn't Trump do it?
It's not like he was 25 years ago. They were there 3.5 years ago. Why didn't you do it, Sleepy Joe? But the Korea deal, and I say it all the time, she said, this will create 250,000 jobs. And everybody got all excited, oh, those jobs. The problem was the jobs were all produced in South Korea, so that didn't work out too well. 250,000 jobs for South Korea. Anyway, I renegotiated the deal in its entirety. Now it's a good deal. That was a rip, I'll tell you. And the pro-China Paris Climate Accord, it's pro-everything, it's pro-everybody but us. That would have cost us trillions of dollars, and we would have had the privilege of closing down Dayton's...
Privilege.
Probably 25% of your companies you could have never done. It's an anti-America deal. And you know, when I did it, I thought I'd be scorned. People understood that it was a total ripoff. They understood it.
No, people want to be in that deal.
Joe Biden twisted a knife into the hands and heart of the American worker. But these brutal betrayals ended the day I took the oath of office. That's true.
Trump reads his speeches as if he's reading a news article about him and reacts to what's on the prompter.
We're almost out of Afghanistan, as you know. Not easy to get out because we have people in this country, the military-industrial complex. Eisenhower called it the military-industrial complex, and it does exist. It's not easy to get out, but we're very close to getting out.
Here we go.
And getting out of the Middle East. We're down to very little in Iraq. We're down to almost nothing in Syria. But, you know, I will be honest with you, we kept the oil. Somebody said, you still have some soldiers.
Yeah, that's possibly a war crime. We are almost there, my friends. We are one member shy. If you look above my head, it's a beautiful thing.
Remember, I used to say a long time ago, before I was, don't go into the Middle East, but if you're going to go in, keep the oil. Well, we went in and we didn't keep anything. And all the death, the blood in the sand, I call it the blood in the sand, that worthless sand, all of that death that's been caused for no reason. It's the worst decision in the history of our country going into the Middle East. We're in there now, $8 trillion, we're almost out. $8 trillion and nothing but death. And millions of lives, if you look at both sides. I'll look at both sides.
Okay.
Somebody would say, oh, we shouldn't be looking at the other side. I'll look at both sides. A lot of innocent people were killed. We lost incredible soldiers. I see the coffins, the caskets come in Dover, and I see it, and I said, oh, boy, why?
Reports are actually that Trump doesn't go there to Dover. He went like once or twice.
From the Trans-Pacific Partnership and saved that whole business of so much. I extended and what I had to do is I extended for a short time and then totally ended NAFTA. You know NAFTA is the worst trade deal ever made. Ever made. And we did the USMCA, Mexico, Canada. We have a great deal. And the reason I know it's a great deal because the other sides are unhappy. You always like to have an unhappy person at the other
That's dangerous.
side. No, they're okay. But they had a free rip at us for years and years and years. NAFTA, how many buildings, how many factories did you lose right here? Where they moved over to Mexico, moved up to Canada, moved all over the place. But that's not going to happen anymore. The New Deal makes it very prohibitive to do that. In 2017, I signed a historic executive order making it really something. You got to do a couple of little expressions. It's called Buy American and High.
That's a nice executive order. We're going to make it really something.
You know, life is crazy in politics.
Yeah.
Biden runs for president like 2 or 3 times, right? And I used to call him 1% Joe. And that was prime time for him, right? Now that prime time is long over, he ends up winning the nomination. Explain it. But had Elizabeth Warren left and been loyal to her communist ideology, you would say socialist, but it's communist. It's pretty close.
Capitalist Elizabeth Warren.
Word the C word. But had she left before Super Tuesday, Biden would have lost every state. But she took the votes away from
Every
Bernie.
state.
And Bernie's a nice guy. You know, crazy Bernie. He is the nicest loser I've ever seen. You know, when they talk about sportsmanship, he got screwed by Hillary Clinton badly, but not as badly as this time. This was worse. Because all Pocahontas had to do is leave a day early. She didn't even have to endorse him. And the votes that she got, which weren't many, but far more than he needed, because he lost a couple of states by literally a small amount of votes. He would have gotten most of those votes. He would have won. He would have been the one we fought. I don't know. Who would have been better? Who would have been easier? Sleepy Joe Biden or Crazy Bernie? Tell me. Sleepy Joe. Who says Sleepy Joe? Who says Bernie? I don't know. It's
Electric atmosphere, as you guys can tell. The crowd keyed in, hanging on every word from Donald Trump.
To beat me. And that's called a negative spirit. And historically, that doesn't do that well. If you look at old races, when somebody's getting votes because they don't like somebody, you know, there's an ideology that, let's face it, doesn't like me too much. Somebody said, we don't like his personality. I said, I always thought I had a good personality. They don't like my personality. Who the hell cares about my personality? Right?
Yeah.
Got to get the job done. See those rough guys over there? I don't like their personality either, but they get the job done, right? Who the hell cares? Who cares about their personality? But when Sleepy Joe was vice president and other countries flooded our market, thank you very much. Who is that? Wow. Good voice. Have you ever tried opera? Good voice. Thank you, darling. But other countries flooded our market with subsidized washing machines. Remember that disaster?
Uh-oh.
Does anybody know about the Whirlpool plant in Clyde, Ohio?
Is he going to do the toilet speech?
And the head of Whirlpool came to see me. I was president-elect. And he called, and I don't know, for some reason I've heard of Whirlpool. I've heard of it all my life, I guess. I didn't know much about it. They made washing machines, and I never knew. I knew they were dumping steel on us and dumping certain things, but I didn't know they were dumping washing machines.
Flushing
And he was a
toilets
good guy.
10,
Came
15
up to my
times.
office, and he said they're putting us out of business. South Korea, China, they're dumping washing machines. They make washing machines. They dump them into our market. They put everybody out of business. Then they charge you a lot of money when everyone's gone, just like Rockefeller used to do, right? Just like other people do right now, unfortunately, but we're trying to track them down. And I said, that's really terrible. I don't know, somehow it hit me. So we put a 50% tariff on all washing machines coming into our country.
Okay.
And I visited with Jim Jordan.
Imagine these workers cheering for something that makes washing machines more expensive for them. Like that. This is where we are, ladies and gentlemen, in this country. The crowd has been dead. They finally cheer for making home electronics more expensive for them.
You know, he's a great wrestler. He was one of the best. He was a great wrestler. Really a phenomenal wrestler, real champion, NCAA champion and all, Jim. And that's the way he is. He's a tough guy. No games, right? No games. That he works with our guys here, your guys. And he was great. But it's Jim's area. And we went up and saw the plant, and they're making thousands a day. I mean, they gave me a number. It can't be. I think they said like 20,000 a day. I said, how the hell can you make that many washing machines? But you know what I'm talking about, Congressman, right? They're making thousands of washing machines a day, and it's a vibrant company again. It was dead. It was going to close. But I evened up the score. I put the tariffs. And now what they're doing is LG and Samsung and these companies that made the washing machine, they're now coming into the United States.
All right, guys, as I said, I do have to run. This was scheduled to have started more than 90 minutes ago. Of course, huge delays made it a late start. I did want to be here for some of it. I think we get the sense. I'm going to be with you guys on a bunch of streams this week, and we'll have the live debate next Tuesday and all of that stuff. Thank you for joining me. That does it for me. If you're really desperate to see more of this, there are any number of streams that you can find, but I'll be back with you guys tomorrow.